let's make something. Let's go.
You're just drunk.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the ranch. Glad you could make it. Today's project is the grass. I had to shut the mower down. It was cutting awful and the blades are dull and I couldn't figure it. They were bad. I'll show you. And I couldn't figure out what I hit. Well, last time I mowed, I decided it would be a good idea to go out in the pasture and take care of all the weeds before they get taking everything over. Well, apparently there's some stuff out there that's a lot tougher on the blades than I figured it would be. And it chewed the blades up real bad. There's really no sense in buying new blades every time they get dull. You can sharpen them. If you have a bench grinder or an angle grinder and a screwdriver, you can sharpen them real good, get a nice balance on them, and put them back in there and cut your grass and make it look good. Alright, let me show you. Gosh, see, look at that. Look at that. That is awful. Chunks taken right out of it. So, I'll show you how to fix that. Alright, so when the blade's that badly chewed up, what I usually do is I will grind this flat enough, well, flattish, you know, just eyeball it. And that brings you back beyond or up to your worst gouges. I don't know if you can see this or not. It's not perfect. Let's see. Yeah, see, it's not perfect. But you can see right there. It's still a little bit nicked, but it's a lot better than it was. So that's what I'll do. I'll chew it down and then I'll just reprofile and bring the edge, form a new edge. Just grind it flat at a, I don't know, 30-degree angle. And do both sides. With a grinder, I usually do both sides with an angle grinder. I've got a 4-inch grinder. Put it in a vise and grind away. Watch your ears. Wear ear protection. I've got mine under my beard here. Now these blades have a star pattern in them. But how do you balance it? It'll vibrate, you know, and that'll wear out the mandrels and the deck and everything else. They've got to be close. When you're taking off that much metal, you've got a good chance of knocking it off, the balance off. So I take a screwdriver and stick it through that top hole there and let it hang. If it was off balance enough to be a problem, it would do this. But it's not. It's pretty fair. Close enough. So just mount it in the vise like that. Really. And, you know, 4-inch grinder. Check out that awesome vise stand. Man. That's a great stool. My wife saw me get that. But it's all I got right now, so what do I always say? Do the best you can with what you got. So this works. I'll come up with something better later. That end's gonna be hot, so be careful. And I've got this tucked up in the jaws this way because if too much of this is hanging out, when you get out here, the whole thing just vibrates and it makes it hard to get it. It makes an even worse job of it than freehanding with a grinder. See how I cut that nice and flat to get rid of those big gouges. Now I'm going back and I'm reprofiling it. I'll bring this edge back just a little bit and then grind it until it meets the very edge of that. And then there's a couple more steps I'll show you here in just a second. Alright, now, make sure you grab it to center, it's going to be a little warm. You have, grinding that one side, you wind up with this burr along the back side there. You got to knock that off. Alright, and that's easy to do. Just give it a swipe with the grinder. One other thing you can do, stick this back in the vise, get some water, and use a Lansky puck to clean this up, but I'm not going to do that today. I really need to get the grass cut. It's high, there's a lot of it, it's going to take a while. Alright, let me finish sharpening that last blade. Alright guys, I was going to show you how to put the blades back on, but it was too hot and too nasty for me and the camera to both be down there at the same time. So I'll just give you a couple of tips. Whatever your manufacturer is, each mounting is going to be different. Than, you know, some have 2 bolts, some have 1 bolt, some it's just a round hole. Some of them are kind of diamond shaped. Mine happens to have that little 5-petal little flower pattern or whatever. I haven't had any trouble with that type of setup or anything like that. A couple of things to keep in mind when you're putting your blades back on. Make sure you don't have anything wrapped around the mandrel or stuck underneath the bolt. You'll have some kind of a washer. On one of the bolts on mine, there was some, I don't know if it was string or just fiber from some sort of plant or something that was wrapped around there, but it was between the washer and the bolt. You want to make sure you get that crud out of there once you torque those bolts down, that organic matter, but anywhere in that little stack of clamping force it can cause a problem in the future as it gets hot and dries out more, and the vibration and torque and everything gets to it. It will work itself loose. The inside of this deck, as you can see, is just absolutely nasty. At one time it was so bad that the 22 horsepower was struggling to mow, and when the grass wasn't that high. I got underneath there and the entire deck was caked with grass. I literally had to take the deck out from underneath the mower, stand it up at the pole barn, and Sonia was nice enough to help me with that and clean it out while I sharpened the blades and did some other stuff to the mower. It took about an hour. There had to be 50 or 60 pounds of grass in it, maybe more, I don't know. Now it does have a deck wash on it. I broke the nozzle off, so I just have to hold the water hose on there. But you know, keep your deck rinsed out every time you sharpen your blades. Knock the big chunks of stuff out of there, and And be careful. You know, whatever you're doing to get underneath it. I have a big floor jack that I use. Gives me enough room to get under there. It doesn't pick it way up off the ground or anything, but it gives me enough room to get it done. Make sure you torque the bolts down, whatever the manufacturer suggests. One Ugga Dugga or two. I use air gun. I usually go for 2 Ugga Duggas. Anyway, that's it. Have fun, be safe, be good, do the best you can with what you got. We'll see you tomorrow. You got anything else to say? I guess that's a no.